Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are very proud to be here today for a historic event. This is the nation's first E85 biodiesel corridor project from Indiana all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Give yourself a hand on being here. We appreciate you all being here today. Today we celebrate as Indiana and our partners take another step at reducing our dependence on foreign oil. The project with our 12 partners and 11 fuel retailers have taken 886 miles of I-65 to bring America 31 E85 retail stations, 5 B20 retail stations along the corridor from Lake Michigan down to the Gulf of Mexico. The project will enable drivers to be no more than a quarter tank away from the nearest biofuel station. We would like to thank the Indiana Office of Energy and Defense Development for their coordination of this project. And Chris Dorman from our Energy Office is here. Chris is in the corner here. Then we also like to recognize our other partner in this project, Ms. Kelly Walsh from the Central Indiana Clean Cities Coalition. Hi, Kelly. Thank you, guys. So, again, we appreciate you all being here today, and we wanted to introduce a couple people that are going to be speaking. Another one of our partners for this has been General Motors, Mr. Larry Spiker. Larry?
You're listening to AM 1420, continuing coverage, of course, of E85 on I-65, the talk of the South Shore.
Share the baton with Carl and all of our other partners here today. General Motors just celebrated its 100th anniversary, and we're real proud of that, but we're moving forward because our theme is GM Next, and that means the next 100 years and all the great products that we have ready to come forward in that time frame. Certainly one of the areas that we're looking at is ethanol. General Motors for 2009 will have 18 models that are ethanol powered, okay? And by the year 2012, we expect 50% of our models, another 20, to be ethanol capable as well. So there's a lot coming on that side. GM's theme is from gas friendly to gas free. And what we're looking at here is going from gas-friendly, where we have ethanol and biodiesel powering our vehicles, to gas-free, where our hydrogen fuel cell Equinox is currently running in 3 of the metropolitan areas. We have 100 of those vehicles. One of those is with the Department of Energy. They're seeing how it runs as well. Now, the idea there is you don't even have to use gasoline. You can use other fuels to create the hydrogen that runs that fuel cell. So a lot coming from us. This past September, on our 100th anniversary date, September 16th, we showed the production version of the Chevrolet Volt. The Chevrolet Volt is a plug-in hybrid. This is a vehicle that will not have an internal combustion engine hooked to the drive wheels. The only thing that will be hooked to the drive wheels is an electric motor. Now, this vehicle will use a lithium-ion battery to power the first 40 miles. About 78% of the commuters in America go 40 miles or less in their daily commute. That means most of America could conceivably do their commute and not use gasoline or fuel. So that's where we have our from gas-friendly to gas-free. But today, we're here to celebrate a great event, and that is the I-65 E85 corridor, all the way from Gary, Hammond, all the way to Mobile. You can drive your General Motors vehicle or any E85 compatible vehicle coast to coast without having to worry about where you can find E85. It's a terrific step. It's a step towards petroleum freedom. We know gas is important to us, but we also know that the replacement for gas is a terrific resource, and a resource that keeps the money in the Midwest, not in the Mideast. So with that said, we know that General Motors will be able to provide the right kind of vehicles, and we're glad to be here with our partners. And Carl, thanks for putting this together with the many other great people that are helping us today. Thank you very much.
Of course, that was Larry here, AM 1420.
One of our partners on this project has been Brett Ashelman from the Indiana Office of American Lung Association. Brett?
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for allowing us to participate in this event. The opening of the four-state biofuels corridor along Interstate 65 is good news for supporters of clean air. As of today, a series of special events and promotions will take place in 3 states that officially mark the completion of this 2-year project. Drivers of flex fuel vehicles will now be able to travel the entire length of I-65, and the next E85 station will be just a quarter of a tank away. The American Lung Association of Indiana joined in the celebration because vehicles that use E85 and B20 biodiesel instead of traditional petroleum fuel produce significantly less emissions that can be harmful to lung health. We will be offering drivers fuel discount cards for E85 and consumer information on those cleaner burning biofuels at each of these events. The American Lung Association of Indiana supports the use of cleaner burning fuels and technology that reduce motor vehicle emissions, including biofuels, hybrid engines, electric motors, and fuel cell technology. Our goal is to encourage the advancement of new technology and to educate the consumer on ways to reduce harmful pollutants. Again, thank you.
AM 1420 WIMS.
Thank you, Brett. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Dave Christopher from the Family Express. I'm sorry, from the Gas City group. Those are fighting words, right, Dave? So, thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Carl. Gas City, we're happy to be part of this event here for representing E85. Gas City, probably about 3 years ago, got involved with E85 by selling in our first 4 or 5 stations. It was in October, actually, of 2005. Now we're up to about 30 locations where we're selling E85. It's a great product. We understand that the country is looking for alternative fuels. We're looking to reduce our dependence on foreign oil. And it's amazing. I was just out a couple days ago, and it's seeing how people respond to E85 and are talking about E85. 3 years ago, no one really even knew what E85 was, and now today they do know what it is. And I think that's a credit to organizations like Carl at South Shore Clean Cities and everything that's going on that they're doing from a marketing standpoint. So I think this is a great event. We're going to have some giveaways here with gas cards, E85 cards, and Carl, thanks for having us here. And have a good time.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Kathy Luther from the Northwestern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. As you know, air quality is very important here to Northwest Indiana, and Kathy also serves as one of our board of directors for South Shore Clean Cities. Kathy?
Thank you, Carl. I want to thank you for inviting NERC to be part of this exciting event today. South Shore Clean Cities has been a long-time partner with NERC, helping us promote public and private activities and investments, such as the one we're celebrating today, that improve air quality in our region. As the region's metropolitan planning organization, we have responsibility for ensuring that our region's transportation system maintains and improves our air quality. We are proud to have America's first biofuels corridor begin in Northwest Indiana. Or end, depending where you start. Our region's air quality has been steadily improving year after year. LaPorte County is meeting all the air quality standards, and monitoring data now shows that Lake and Porter County are currently meeting air quality standards for ozone. The Indiana Department of Environmental Management is preparing a demonstration right now of attainment to submit to US EPA. However, there's still work to do. Air quality standards for both ozone and fine particulate matter continue to be tightened to protect our most vulnerable citizens. As a result, we need to do better to meet these standards, both for the health of our people and our economy in Northwest Indiana. Use of alcohol-based biofuels can have significant benefits to air quality. Volatile organic compounds, which create ozone, are reduced with ethanol fuel blends of 20% and greater. Biodiesel can reduce diesel particles. Some blends may increase other ozone precursors, but the higher blends, such as E85, are beneficial to air quality. Use of biofuels also can significantly decrease emissions of hazardous air pollutants. Ethanol-based fuels reduce emissions of toxics such as benzene and formaldehyde. Biodiesel reduces carcinogenic contaminants and diesel exhaust. NERC looks forward to continuing to work with our partners to support alternative fuels and other good practices such as idle reduction, carpooling, and transit in Northwest Indiana. Thank you very much.